What's going on, you guys? Master Teacher of Attraction. Y'all go ahead and check out the merchandise, the course, the Patreon subscription link below. In this video, we're gonna be talking about why, if your protein is low, you're not gonna be attractive, okay, to women, or you're not gonna be building the your body to a and your magnetism, especially your sexual magnetism, your muscle to fat ratio. Okay, no, we already know that that's a part of building your masculinity. Okay, having a positive muscle to fat ratio, and this all comes down to protein. So I wanted to bring out the Grandmaster, Leroy Colbert. Okay, you see him. Okay, and you also see my little circle thing right there. So we know what we talking about when we trying to help you. All right, I have to redo this video because I had 35 people view the other video and there was no sound on there and nobody commented on, hey, there's no audio. Can you redo it? Like, nobody said anything. So I don't know if it was a whole bunch of bots, because there has been bots out here in these YouTube streets talking about, ever since the pandemic started, they've been talking about you want to be friends. So I don't know what's going on. Since nobody talks on this YouTube channel, I guess I just had to delete it and just redo it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to it. And you can see he knows a lot of people. Mike Tyson, um, James Toney. He was a boxer. He's helped a lot of people. He was, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, so he know what he talking about. All right, when it comes down to it. All right, I haven't seen this man make one video about semen retention helping him build muscle either. Okay, because he was very favorable with the ladies as well. All right, why is that? It wasn't because of semen. It was because of his body. Okay, he's loading on, making sure his body got protein and everything, build it up. Okay.
Protein is something that I am fascinated by because I don't think most of us really realize.
And understand, Leroy Colbert is not with us no more. But at the time he was shooting this video, he's an old geezer. That's what he calls himself. Okay. He admits that he doesn't work out anymore. Okay. So that's why, there's photos in the beginning to let you know that he know what he talking about. Okay. For the dumb people and the slow people in the room that are looking like, okay, is this the same dude? Unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. Okay. Stop thinking so emotionally. All right. At the end of the day, the man knows what he's doing because he's accomplished more things than you and I. Okay. He's an IFBB pro.
Even the people, some of the bodybuilders, a lot of present day bodybuilders know because they take these drugs that demand protein. But protein is the only substance that repair and maintain muscle tissue. And when I was training,
Okay, it's not your semen that does that. Semen and semen retaining, all that does is it's just a byproduct of you doing the right things. You'll make less semen when you're not eating enough, especially protein, okay? Because it's made out of amino acids, okay? It's also an environment where it holds on to fructose and carbs down there because that's what the sperm feed off of down there. Okay, so at the end of the day, you need to focus on your diet.
over 50 years ago, the knowledge of protein and what it its reaction on the muscle was not known. They knew we needed protein, but didn't know how much it we needed, and they didn't give it the proper respect that it deserved. Now, I was the first guy to build a 21-inch arm, and I think the reason for that is because for for some kind of instinctive reason, I realized that the more protein I got, the more I swelled up and the bigger I got. I didn't know why, but I knew I used to eat 10 pounds of beef a week. Of course, people have a heart attack thinking about it now. I guess it was better meat then, but I used to eat a lot of cottage cheese, a lot of eggs, and I knew the more that I ate, the bigger I got. And I noticed the fellas that weren't eating that kind of amount of protein, one wasn't growing like I was. I didn't attribute it to diet per se. I just knew that the more protein I felt, that when I ate a steak, I felt like I was growing. When I ate chicken, I didn't feel the same feeling. I realized later, as I learned in science, that um, chicken doesn't have creatine in it, and creatine is one of the substances that help you to it's important for energy. In other words, it
It helps with ATP, okay, within the cells. So, um, the other thing I wanted to say was, when I do a Google search on creatine being in beef, various meats, uh, Google said that there's creatine in all of them. It's just beef has the higher concentration. You know what I'm saying? But, um, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, meat has creatine, okay, from various sources, probably having different, varying amounts.
is converted to ATP, which is essential for energy. The creatine also it helps to volumize the muscle. I didn't know that at the time. All these things I didn't know scientifically. All I knew is instinctively that I was getting a lot more growth than my friends that trained with me that, lean more towards the carbohydrates. Then I come to find out later why. Now, if you don't get enough protein, you have a higher ratio of fat to muscle because your muscles will not grow, and you not only will frustrate you because what happens
Nuggets,
is the ratio. People don't understand. It's not the weight. It's not the size.
the
It's the ratio
ratio.
of fat to muscle.
All right, so a lot of you guys be asking, how do I gain weight? How do I lose weight? How do I do this and that? You need to be worried about what you see in the mirror. Okay, how do you feel in the gym? All right, how's your energy levels? Okay, do you feel weak? Do you feel stronger? All right, are your arms getting bigger? Your legs getting bigger? Is your back getting wider? Okay, because if it's not, that means you're doing something wrong. All right, I see a lot of people eat a whole bunch of rice and, a whole bunch of potatoes. Ain't nothing wrong with them things. Rice will have you bloated more than potatoes. But, if that's all you're gonna eat, and keep in mind, there's more protein in potatoes than rice. Okay, if you're gonna, focus on a carb source like that, but the focus is the protein. Okay, a lot of people got their ratios messed up. Okay, average dude being 5'6", 5'7", or 5'8", okay, being 100, 60, 70 pounds. Okay, most of these dudes is only eating 60 grams of protein or around that range a day. And then they go and work out every day. They go play basketball, do whatever, work all day without eating anything. And then they wonder why they can't get no women. They wonder why when they go to the gym, they don't do well with put on muscle. They wonder why they skinny. And then the fat people out there, they out there just trying to lose weight and, do all these things, starving themselves. Okay, and they still eating 60 grams of protein, but they're just counting their calories. All right, y'all gotta stop um wasting time. Do things that get results. What we're talking about here gets you results. Okay, especially if you trying to get, you trying to work out to look better, to be attractive to women. Okay, because that's why a lot of men. That's part of the reason they do it. Me, I just like the feeling, just like I like the feeling of playing basketball. I don't play basketball to get my body looking attractive to get women, but it does, keep the body attractive to women. You know what I'm saying? It's a good byproduct of doing, those things. The body was made to, be active, okay? But being active breaks down the muscle tissue. So you have to eat protein and enough of it to build back up the muscle and make it, bigger, make the muscle bigger than what it was before. And you do that consistently over time. That's how you build up the muscle, okay? And then that muscle is also going to require energy, so it's going to get that from the fat, okay? The fat that you have on your body, okay?
And if you don't get enough protein to repair the muscle tissue, your muscle tissue gets smaller, and the ratio of your soft tissue becomes higher. And the more you train, the more protein you need.
Getting
And that's
flabby,
another reason why when you have people telling you exactly what
skinny fat.
you need a minimum of a gram per pound of body weight. That's a minimum. But it's not what you call Bible. It's not etched in stone. You should, if you got 2 grams, you can never, if you're very active and you want to build your body, you can never get too much protein. Because the body will use what it needs and flush out what it doesn't need. The end product of all protein digestion is nitrogen, which people don't understand. And nitrogen is toxic. Sounds weird, doesn't it? It's essential, but yet it's toxic. If you got more nitrogen than the body needs, it becomes toxic. That's why the body naturally flushes it out, what it's not using. So that's why these guys that take steroids, which holds the end product of protein digestion in the muscle, which is nitrogen. That's why it's like fertilizer. See, that's what they say. Why these guys grow like that? Now, steroids were never developed for bodybuilders or weightlifters or athletes. Developed for sick people, people burn victims, people with cirrhosis of the liver, people that have digestive problems. They weren't.
And people who have issues with controlling inflammation as well. That's why doctors and even in the medical field of animals, which was my specialty, we use things like prednisolone, we use things like cortisone, which is a brand name of, man, it left my mind, okay? But they're all coming down to corticosteroids, okay? So it controls inflammation. That's one of the byproducts of it. All right, but you gotta remember it's a steroid. All right. So fun fact.
Able to utilize the protein and break it down to be utilized, so they're literally wasting away. And then they found out the steroids hold the protein in the muscle so the body can maximize the utilization. And that's nitrogen. And when you understand the end product of protein digestion is nitrogen, then you'll understand how to use it properly. And the bodybuilders, once they learn that taking steroids hold that nitrogen in the muscle, they become what you call today freaky. In my day, the way the guys look today, you wouldn't even contemplate it, because no matter how
Yeah,
much
nobody
I ate it,
wants to
when you
look like
force
that.
the body to hold it, you get a whole lot of adverse effects. And I'm telling you, a lot of these guys.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, man, just it's a friendly reminder, or you may be new to this channel. If you're over here on this channel and you're subscribed and everything, understand this is a self-improvement channel, all right? And the body is the foundation to your self-improvement, because it's an extension to all of your goals. If you want more women, you're gonna have to give the body what it needs. That's protein, okay? If you want to get more money and get more passive incomes, or active incomes in your life, you're gonna need protein, okay? How you gonna get money without your body and your mind, okay? In this third dimensional realm, you're gonna need some protein, okay? You will lose consciousness up in your brain and thinking ability if you're not getting enough protein. Then you start doing dumb things like simping out here and listening to all these semen retention so-called gurus talking about you need to open up all 7 of your chakras. Like, come on, man. That's something that the subconscious and it's autonomic, that the body is automatically have control over, okay? It's just like the heart rate. We can't control what heart rate our body is going to do. Only thing we can do is just, we're more active is going to, beat more. And then, we calm the fuck down, it's going to beat less. Okay? So, it keeps you in reality. It keeps you, smart. But protein is the foundation to achieving goals into your life and self improvement. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and end it on this. Check out the link below. Holla out.